feels a little forced to me for Mike Vrabel, new head coach of the New England Patriots, and offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, who's brought back for the third time. Any concerns upon hearing that, and just your overall feelings on McDaniels being hired, and whether or not this is a forced marriage, Mazz?
So I think it is a forced marriage, at least a little bit. Maybe not entirely. Maybe Josh McDaniels would have been on Vrabel's list anyway, but I think he was on the Kraft's list first. And we talk about this a lot, and I don't think that this is necessarily a small thing, but since this news all hit, since we first heard that McDaniels was definitely going to be the guy, and in all the aftermath of it, have you heard one person in the media, and I'm not including us, okay? I'm talking about reporters in the league, people who routinely comment on the NFL like Rich Eisen or whoever, okay? And again, I'm not criticizing their opinions. Florio, Chris Sims, the whole lot. Has anyone said there's the potential here for a problem? Has anyone said it?
Not
one person. Not one. Nobody has said it. Everybody likes it because they knew it was coming. The local guys all like it. The national guys all like it. Josh McDaniels coming back makes all the sense in the world. This is going to work. Here you go. Burt Breer's the only one. So look, and I give Burt credit for this, that, yep, I poked around. Here's what people told me, what could be a potential pitfall. The personality types of these two guys could clash. Thank you. Someone at least gave us a little bit as to why this potentially could be an issue if they didn't know each other and they knock heads. Now we at least have something to go on, that there is a perception around the rest of the league that they have similar personalities, both alphas, as Burt said. Thank you. It's not perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. The idea that it is ridiculous. So, I have some concern that this is being forced upon Vrabel, and he agreed to it. Now, does that mean it'll fail? No. But does it mean it's perfect? No. So I just get, because I feel like the whole acceptance of this has been so, yep, let's move on, nothing to see here. And I don't think anything is like that.
No, I get the impression a lot of that stems from that people know McDaniels. Again, he's been around long enough, and I just feel like a lot of people that cover that team really like him, and they want him because he's accessible, he gives quotes and some information, and there's that little symbiotic relationship there that they've had with Josh before, and that's why they're like, oh, no, it's good, everything's going to be fine.
You know who doesn't know McDaniels? Vrabel.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So, which is the one that really should matter. That is the one you should be concerned with. So we all make our judgments based on what we feel about Vrabel or how we feel about McDaniels. How do they feel about each other? So I am intrigued by this whole dynamic that, like, talking to people around the league who, well, wouldn't it have to be people who knew both? In other words, it has to be someone who has dealt with Vrabel and dealt with McDaniels. And I would hope that the Patriots consulted some of these people. I know that if I were Vrabel and I was being asked to consider Josh McDaniels, I would reach out to Tom Brady. What's this guy like? Am I going to like him? Because Brady and Vrabel get along. So can Vrabel give me, or can Brady give me some sort of insight on Josh McDaniels and give me some sort of perspective? Does that make me any more confident? I would hope that Vrabel reached out to him. I would hope that Vrabel reached out to Belichick even. I would hope that, now again, Belichick, I think, is going to say nice things about McDaniels, so that's probably more of a biased opinion. But I would hope that he'd get a more honest one from Brady, who also knocked heads with McDaniels a little bit. Like, I would hope he did that sort of assessment. I can't imagine that he would not. But at least that's an honest answer, that Brady would tell someone like Vrabel, hey, look, I played with Mike. He's a great competitor. You're going to love that part about him. Or I worked for Josh, but he is a little stubborn. Watch out for this. Watch out for that. The idea that it's all going to be perfect, to me, is asinine.
Yeah, the personalities was the number one thing I said. I know you guys broke the news on the show. I came on. That was my number one thing. Like, these are huge egos, both these guys. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it as Vrabel likes to talk, and, well, we've seen McDaniels in action too. The second thing is this. This is like the fourth time now for Josh McDaniels to go out and do something on his own without Tom Brady and or Belichick. He has never, ever been successful without Brady or Belichick. So everybody wants to tell you, oh, he was great with Mac Jones, right? Belichick was here. Every single time he went to Denver or the Rams or the Raiders, he went 0 for 3. Now he's back in New England without either of them. What makes people think it's just going to work out like this? Not to mention the two personalities here. So, do I think it's a bad hire? Absolutely not.
It's uninspired, though.
It's unoriginal, right? But what makes you think that this guy really can be successful without Brady? For all the people who say, "Oh, Belichick's not good without Brady," or this, and that. In a way, I'm almost rooting for McDaniels. Like, wow, fourth time. How many people get 4 chances? I looked this up. There's never been a guy that's had 3 offensive coordinator terms ever. So
with one team
ever. So I mean, that's what I mean. Like, oh, it's third time he's back. This is his 4th chance now to do it without Brady or Belichick, and we'll see, right? We'll see. And for the Crafts, it's only going to cost them a little bit of money, and it's probably worth the gamble for them.
Part of what I want to end up seeing here is, yesterday the Jets hire Aaron Glenn, and, we all around here laugh at the Jets like dumpster fire, bah. One of the things that's being talked about is that he might bring Nick Caley, who, there was rumored to come here last year, but it was too much money. Nick Caley is, he was the tight ends coach, right, with the LA Rams?
Yep.
He's under that McVay tree. If he ends up becoming the OC there, whether they keep Rodgers or find another quarterback, if they have a better offense than the Patriots do next year with Drake May and Josh McDaniels, I think you can look at that and be like, oh, we missed out on another guy. This is just, it's uninspired, it's comfortable, and I don't hate it, but I just don't love it. I'm somewhere in the middle with this, and it's just, Joe, you pointed out too, people go to that Mac Jones year. The defenders of Josh McDaniels will use 2021. We're like, oh, well, it worked. That look what he got out of Mac Jones. That the Patriots averaged 25.3 points per game with Josh McDaniels as OC in 21. That's the one that all his defenders point to. But as I pointed out yesterday, if you look closer, the 3 games that are kind of weighted, the Jets, they score 45 points. The Browns, 45. Jaguars, 50. They average 46.7 points per game. In the other 14 games, they average 20.9. The point is that Mac Jones game, that Mac Jones rookie year is overrated.
Yep.
And it changed, by the way, after that bye week, late in that year.
And look at it, 21 points. Imagine this team even coming near 21 points per game anymore. This team hasn't done it in years. It's been a huge problem for them. But I agree with you. I think it's a little overrated. You mentioned the Cam Newton touchdowns. How many was it again?
8.
So again, Mac Jones really couldn't even do anything the last few games. Should we even mention the playoff game? So and he still got hired. This guy's had multiple opportunities elsewhere without the guys here. It's very suspect to me. Very suspect.
And also in the bag too. You and Mike were talking yesterday. That thing came out from Breer. What was it? In October or November that the Crafts are calling around. Trying to get some more insight on how to handle Drake May. Gee, I wonder who it was that they were.
I got something on that.
Oh.
So it's been reported that, and I don't know if this is just to make things look, shine up a turd, but Josh McDaniels, do you guys know where he was doing his work? It was at Ohio State. Who went to Ohio State?
Mike Vrabel. It's a linebackers coach.
But to get what I'm saying is the reports are he was doing extensive research on the college game at Ohio State. So do you see why everyone's trying to make it look like this was Vrabel's hire? Again, Bedard will tell you this was a Vrabel hire. Schefter told everybody it's a Vrabel hire. I've heard a lot of people tell me it's a Kraft hire. So again, what sources do we have? But I'm telling you, these things are out there for the public to be like, see, they want to work together. I'm sure they do want to work together. And don't you think it's easier for Mike Vrabel to have a guy kind of run the offense while he's trying to get the rest of the roster going? My only thing is, I don't want to hear again that the fact that McDaniels isn't a flight risk is good for the team. Because I don't think he would have had an interview anywhere else.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.